This video is brought to you by the EA Game Changers program. Hi guys, it's Kai here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to an island living build. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I have been dreaming about the day that I could build on the beach ever since I found out that we were getting this pack, which granted was only maybe like a week or so ago. Shout out to you, EA, for being able to sort of keep things under wraps for so long and then just dropping it on us like that within like a week or two time. That's crazy. But anyways, I have been watching video after video of all the other game changers who got to go to EA Play. I've been watching their content. I've been just scouring the internet to get more information so that I could plan a build. And I was about to say I shit you not, but I probably shouldn't have said that, but I just did. So whatever. I shit you not. I drew out my build on a piece of graph paper because I could not get this like pack out of my head, so I just needed to get my idea on paper because I was like looking online on like Pinterest and everything, getting ideas, and I knew I wanted to do more of a modern build because if you look at this world, a lot of this stuff is obviously traditional. Nothing wrong with that. I absolutely love it. Eventually I will do a more traditional build, and this one actually kind of straddles the line, I feel like, between traditional and modern, but I wanted to lean a little bit more modern. What was I saying? I wanted to do a more modern build, so I went online, I was looking up pictures, and I found this like really square house that had a really cool, like the back of it was really neat. And I thought that was interesting because in most of my builds I try to make the front more interesting because that's the piece that you focus on, where I feel like in Sulani we're going to be focusing more on the back of the house just because that is the part that leads up to the ocean, and that's the side we're going to be on most of the time. Like that's where you're going to be hanging out, you know, in the water and all that jazz. So I found a house that was a great inspiration to me and I built it based off of that. And it had this really cool like open like bottom floor, but it also had a pool. We can't put cannot, make sure I said that right, we cannot put pools on the ground level of a beach. And logistically, that does make sense to me. I understand it. It kind of sucks because a lot of the pictures I was inspired by had pools on the ground floor, and I can't do that in The Sims. And like I said, it does make sense to me, so I understand why that's not a thing, but it's fine. So I adjusted. I made it to where there was like this kind of enclosed area, like dining area at the bottom, but then it also opened up to more open, like kind of seating area that you could go outside and like jump off the dock in. I don't know. I mean, you can see it. I'm kind of working on it now. And then when I got to the top part, I knew that that section was going to be the master bedroom. So I wanted them to have also kind of that open air feel. And a lot of the builds on here, or a lot of the builds that I plan on doing in this world, is really going to be like nice and open because as far as I know, when it comes to winter, it's cooler, but it's not cold. So we can do that. Like we can have it be open and not have actual walls or windows, and it's still gonna work. Like it's still gonna be fine. Like your Sims aren't gonna freak out and freeze to death or anything, or at least that I know of. I guess we're gonna find out. We'll see. We'll see if this build works or not. Which is really exciting because I remember seeing James or the Sim Supply do a build in Selva Dorada where it was like kind of open on the bottom floor, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful, but in my head I knew that logistically using that in game wouldn't work the best because of weather. Well, at that did we have weather at that time? I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't recall. I do not remember. I don't remember. But anyways, doesn't matter. So I'm hoping in this world it works. I hope. I haven't fully tested it. I also didn't get to play test this house because I am on a time crunch. Let me tell you, I am on a time crunch to get this build out, and this build took me a solid like 2 hours, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not my best work. In my opinion, it's not my best work. And I was getting a little frustrated with it as well because on Twitter, you guys told me that you wanted me to do not jungle adventures, you wanted me to do island living and base game. That's what you wanted to see from me first. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I can do that. All the EA game changers that went to EA Play only had base game, so I can do that too. But I got frustrated. I got really frustrated because I just wasn't able to use like the things that I wanted to use or like get the colors right because like there's so many shades of brown, but they weren't the shades of brown that I wanted to use, or like they didn't match. So there is like 5 million shades of brown in this build. and I know that it doesn't go together, but because I'm on such a time crunch, I just kind of said whatever and left it as is. So take that as you will. I'm being upfront about it, that it's not my favorite build, it's not my best build, it's not my worst build. Give me that at least. Not my worst build, but also not my favorite. But I think it was a really good build to like get my feet wet with this new pack. And since I was restricted to only this pack and base game, I got to know the items fairly well, I feel like. And I was really excited for a lot of the items, and I still am. I really, really do like them. But like I mentioned, for some reason, I had a hard time matching the wood tones, and I don't know if that's just because I was like rushing and didn't have like the time to sit there and like look at them next to each other and like see how they work and make sure that I was using the right wood tones and like really taking my time. So that's just kind of my first impressions, is that it was difficult for me. It was a little bit of a struggle, but that very well just could be because it was the first build that I literally have ever done. I downloaded the game, opened it up, immediately started building. Like, I didn't have time to like kind of futz around with it and see what else is going on. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to get to know the pack a little bit more, and then I'm going to do another build. It's probably similar to this one, like more in that kind of modern style. But like I said, I also plan on doing a more traditional build too. So, but before I do those, I'm going to take my time, get to know the pack, and just let it marinate before I do that, so that I can like do this pack justice. But overall, the build buy items are absolutely beautiful. And I said this in my kind of like first impression video. I think a lot of them, and I still think a lot of them, can be used very easily in like a regular sim house. It doesn't have to be used in this world. Like those counters, absolutely beautiful. Which, by the way, we haven't seen this yet, but the end piece counter has a waterfall edge. Totally into that. But a lot of the pieces, other than like kind of the wicker furniture, although wicker can go outside in like Willow Creek and still look normal, but a lot of the furniture I feel like definitely could fit in pretty well with other packs and other worlds, and even base game. So if you only own base game, you could for sure get this pack and be completely content with it. And if you only had base game, I would probably recommend this pack, Seasons, and Cats and Dogs. If you're looking for like stuff to fill out your game, those would be the 3 expansion packs that I would recommend. Actually, is Jungle Adventure packs? No, I didn't mention Jungle Adventure. I'm getting lost here. Look, it's late. I'm trying to do this voiceover so that I can go to sleep. I apologize. But yeah, so those would be the 3 packs that I would recommend if you only have base game currently. But yeah, so like I said, I planned this layout beforehand, but then once I actually got into game, of course, it didn't go as planned. So I had to switch things around. So I have this kind of like, I want to say formal living room down there, and then I made like a TV area as well. I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but it's okay. It's not bad. I knew I wanted a separate living space versus TV room space, but that's not how I planned it going. But it's fine. It's fine. I also only planned on this house having 1 bedroom, and it ends up with 2. So that's kind of a win. And then also it ends up with 3 bathrooms. So you have 3 full bathrooms, which again was not what I was planning. I was planning on only like a half bath downstairs and then a full bath upstairs. But no, you end up with 3 whole bathrooms. 3 whole bathrooms and 2 bedrooms, like 2 good sized bedrooms too. Granted, by the time I got to the top of the house, I was running out of steam because I was about an hour and a half in and I was getting tired. I am tired. This is the same night. I was starting to run out of steam. Although once I got to the master bathroom, I kind of got like a second wind. I got a little reinvigorated. But then I also got a little bit of an ADD thing going on because I started working on the master bedroom and then I started working on the outside and then I went and did like a different area and then I came back to the master bedroom. So it's a little bit all over the place, and I apologize if the camera starts like swinging around wildly. I do apologize. It is because I was just, I don't know. Every time I do these videos where I get the early access, which again, thank you EA for providing me with that, I get stressed because I build kind of in my own time. I don't like being rushed to do anything. Like, rushing to put out content is never a good thing. But I understand why it is the way it is. It just kind of sucks for me, especially because I work a normal like day job. So I was sitting at work and I was like sitting there looking at the clock and like knowing that this game was sitting waiting for me at home, and I was like, I can't play it. So I was like, ugh. And then when I got home, again, like I said, I had to rush to like get things done. I'm just making up excuses at this point as to why I feel like this build isn't as good as I wanted it to be for my first build, but I think it's okay. Like I said, I think it's okay for a first build. And also, can we talk about the lighting in Sulani? Like, I hope you get a better view of it when I get into the master bedroom, but the lighting is absolutely phenomenal in this world. Like, the way it just comes through those little half-wall window things, oh my god, it is to die for. Like, I just can't. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh my god, I can't. Maybe I should talk about the build more. So this is a little like side bedroom. Also, I love these little rolling doors. I haven't seen it in action yet, and I really hope that in my Let's Play I get to use like that door somewhere, because I want to see how it works. I just feel like it's gonna be a cool animation, and I know that's something like really silly and like really small. You're like, why do you care about a door opening animation? It's like, well, because those are the things I care about. That's what I care about. I can't help it. I care about like really random stuff when it comes to Sims builds and like Sims items. It's really strange. Really strange. It is. Oh, I was gonna say, I just missed it. You didn't miss it. You probably saw it. Down in the kitchen, I put the waterfall edge, but there's not, so you don't only have the waterfall edge. There is still this kind of like normal corner countertop, which is nice if you don't want to do the waterfall edge. And I think I used the waterfall edge in the master bathroom as well, just because I was like, ooh, I have a waterfall edge, I'm gonna do that. Oh, and another thing to point out, which I'm pretty sure you already know, is there are no island countertops currently, but they are aware of that and they are fixing that. And also there are technically no wall, like upper cabinets in the traditional sense. So the thing that I used in the kitchen, that kind of like open shelving thing, it kind of reminds me of the laundry stuff wall thing. Those are the upper cabinets. Like there's modular shelf system. Those are the upper cabinets. So there's no traditional upper cabinets, and I don't know if they plan on adding those. Honestly, I'm okay without it because I don't know. I feel like these kind of builds don't need upper cabinets, but also when I build, I don't usually put upper cabinets in my kitchens, just because I feel like it's a waste of Sims money. But that's just me. Because I play with my walls cut through, like the cut through walls, and most of the time I can't see the upper wall cabinets anyway. So I just kind of don't use them. So it's not really that big of a deal to me, but I wanted to point it out so that you guys can know. Oh, and now I'm putting down the new loungers, which is awesome. So there are plain loungers, I guess you can say, that were added to base game. And then we got 2 new loungers to go with Island Living, and it's really exciting. And also there are stilt foundations, which there's 2 different kinds. There's the more columny looking ones, like the rounded columns, and then there's the square columns, which I use the square ones, again, because I was trying to go for like a more modern look, and I feel like I achieved that slightly. But yeah, so I just made this outside area. I really wanted to use that thing with the sheer sheets, so I kind of put it like in the middle of that. I know it looks a little odd, but I didn't want it fully covering the tanning loungers because I felt like that didn't make any sense. So I kind of pushed it back a little bit and covered a table. So there's 2 6-seater tables because I feel like the person that lives here would be all about entertaining. Like that's the story I made up in my head, is that this person would be all about entertaining, so that they'd want, you know, those big tables so they could fit lots of people. And here's the bedroom, the master bedroom. I hope that you can see or get some sort of sense of how amazing the lighting in there is, and all I did was use the new glass floor panels as a sunroof. I don't know, I didn't want to put a roof up there and put the glass panels on it, so I just used the new ones because I wanted to use the new ones. Okay, I did, so don't judge me. Also, there's a few nice items in debug that I got to use as clutter, but there's not as much in debug as I thought there would be, which is interesting. I don't know what I expected, but there really wasn't much, because it all pretty much was just the scuba pictures and fish. And I'm sorry, but I'm not just going to place fish around my house. There are mounted fish, so you could put the mounted fish up on the wall, but I'm not, that wasn't the vibe I was going for here. Just, nope, wasn't it. Was not it. Oh, this new ground cover. Oh my god, I saw Hey Harry talk about this ground cover and I was like, holy crap, we finally have some more beautiful ground cover. Like, I thought I liked our ground cover before. Girl, no. No, when you see this ground cover, it's beautiful. It is some beautiful ground cover. Also, landscaping on the beach, hello. You know I don't like landscaping, but thank you. Praise the beach lords. I can landscape on a beach because all I have to do is plop some ground cover down, put on some trees, and call it a day. How amazing is that? But yeah, I don't know. Since this house was so like offset to the side, I did want to put some things, just a few things on the edge there. Just, you know, a bonfire and some things for them to tan on. And then I also put in a boat and an aqua zip because I feel like these people would have that kind of money to own both of those and it would be like docked there. But yeah, so we're moving into screenshots now. But yeah, so that's my first build, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any constructive feedback, please let me know. And if you have anything else that you want me to build, also let me know. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. And as always, have a life, happy time zone, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!